Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. I wanted to do a spooky Christmas video, but sort of like my own version. So I decided today to turn myself into a scary elf. I don't really know what that entails. We're gonna kind of make it up, but I'm already halfway there because I already look terrifying. So I am wearing prosthetic elf ears that I bought at Spirit Halloween in February. Online, obviously. I put those on before I came on camera because they are awful to put on. Having to fold your own ear up and shove it inside of this thing and have the spirit gum on your skin and on the ear, it's honestly a mess. And I've cut a little hole out in the middle so that I could kind of hear, but I still really can't hear. So if the sound in this video is off, it's because I can't hear anything. And then I have also obviously put contacts in and started the blocking my eyebrows out process. I did not really go heavy on the blocking my eyebrows out because we're using a forehead prosthetic. So I actually made this. Aren't you proud of me? So I watched a YouTube video on how to make your own custom prosthetics without a face cast, because as of me shooting this video, my face cast is still drying, so I can't use it. So I actually just made this. I will link the tutorial that I used in the description box below. It was actually quite easy to follow. The only thing that they don't mention in that tutorial is when you go to peel it up after it's dried for 24 hours or so, use some powder so it doesn't stick to itself. Other than that, the rest of the tutorial I found really easy to follow, really easy to manage, and it's sort of inspired by the Buffy verse vampire foreheads, you know what I mean? So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna glue this to my face right here, and that's sort of typically in prosthetics you want to smooth out the edges and stuff, but I actually don't mind these edges being raw or harsh, I guess, because I really wanted this shadow here, and then I'm gonna have an elf hat on so it'll cover the top. So that's what we're gonna do. I just realized, even though my brain told me 1,001 times to grab a foundation, I never did. But that's okay because this has to stick to my face first. So we're going to take my liquid latex that I'm quickly running out of. Can you believe it's whatever it is, November. And I've already had to do a Spirit Halloween order because I don't know, I never thought to buy it while Spirit Halloweens were open. Because I didn't ever think that I would be in the making my own prosthetics game. But here I am, making my own prosthetics. Getting hair stuck in liquid latex. The huge. Did that just get on my... If that just got on my sweater, I'm gonna be pissed. No, it's on the thing. I don't know how many of you are watching this video that also watch my Halloween videos, but when I did, was it Corpse Bride that I was also wearing my Jason shirt for? I love that shirt. That's one of my favorite shirts that I own. And I got liquid latex on it in that video, and it was unsavable. If anything, trying to get it off made it worse, and I've had to get rid of that shirt. And it was one of my favorite shirts that I owned. Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake. It looked so wholesome, but then when you really looked at it, it was Jason. So basically my goal was to put the liquid latex everywhere where this is going to touch my skin. I really should have done a video on when I made this because I definitely did some dumb things. I really worried about the finish of the clay, but I shouldn't have because it was underneath. So any sort of detailing that I did is on the underside of this, so you really can't even tell. And the cool thing is this forehead piece was much bigger because I just kind of poured liquid latex everywhere, but obviously because I didn't need it to be perfect, I just cut off the excess at the end. And this way I didn't have to build the whole prosthetic on my face. I don't have to worry about having mountains of liquid latex up to my hands just a little bit where I touched it like a goof. I mean, I'm sure my future Halloween videos will still include a large amount of purchased prosthetics because that's what's easier for you. And I know a lot of people watch my Halloween videos because I do reviews of stuff that you can easily get. And I'm obviously no makeup artist and I don't really know what I'm doing, but this sort of thing is just kind of fun for me to play around with. So, I'll still do a lot of reviews and stuff next time Halloween comes around, but I also might dabble in the art of making some of my own. I don't think you'd mind that, would you? Comment in the, I must have comment in the description box. That doesn't make sense. Comment down below if you don't mind if I do that in the future. I wish I would have cut more out on this side. I just want to be very clear that I really did not expect this experiment to work, and it did, and I'm very excited about it. How do someone with terribly uneven ears, get it so that you can see? I guess I'll just have to have the littlest piece in front, do the Lord of the Rings trick. That's why if you notice in Lord of the Rings, all the elves have one piece of hair that hangs out over their ear. It's to hide the seam. Sorry to ruin it for you. Okay, I think this is probably dry enough. Now it's time for foundation. So I'm just going to sort of temporarily pin my hair up because of the amount of foundation I'm going to use. So we're going to use the Maybelline Fit Me. Wait, this was a bad idea. How do I get it on my face? Well, like that, I guess. The reason I picked the Maybelline Fit Me Foundation is because, A, it's, well, I guess it's all kind of one point. It's the most full coverage, inexpensive foundation I own. The nice thing about the fact that the latex dries yellow is that yellow is generally easy to cover. I can't get it to cover. Is it because I just put latex on this? Okay, so I have a picture of a Buffy versus vampire open on my phone. It's actually a shot of Xander as a vampire, because it had the best lighting. What I want to do is use that to sort of attempt to mimic some of the wrinkles, similar to what I did in the NYX color palette thing, video, the SFX Creme color palette video, so that I can kind of create some crinkles. And then I think I'm going to need, I didn't grab an eyeshadow palette, and I think I'm going to need like a brown just kind of shade in my eyeballs. So I'm going to have to do that after. Where are all my ankle brushes? There, you look fine. So we're just going to dip into the middle shade on the bottom, which is sort of like a neutral brownie. So the two that are the most important to me go right here. And then one sort of the most difficult thing about this is because it's latex and not skin, it's got like more of a plasticky, hard, shiny finish. So it's never going to act like skin. What do we think of this? So what gave me the idea to do a scary elf? Here's the thing. Elves kind of creep me out. I don't know. They're just like Santa's little minions that run around and do his dirty work. I think it's creepy. Don't love it. Don't love it. Okay, I need an eyeshadow, I think. Okay, so the only eyeshadow palette I could grab without wrecking my whole microphone system is the Sabrina NYX one. I know you can't get it anymore, but I'm really just going to use this shade, which is like a warm, light brown type situation, okay? So don't worry too much about the inability to get this palette. You know what, I lied. I'm also going to use Limbo, which is like a purpley gray. I look really cute. This is the best I've ever looked, I think. So now I'm going to take the brush. Where's the little one that I had? This one. And I'm going to contour my nose and attempt to make it extra pointy and scary. I don't love that. I want to do something else, I think. Okay, so that's much better. What I want to do now is I was going to do blush next, but instead we're going to do some really cute little elfie freckles. So this is my Essence eyeliner pen. And we're just going to do some dots. Something like that. And then we just take the beauty blender. I want to take that little brush, this one, and I didn't grab a lip color. That was an oversight on my part. There we go. Now, I'm almost done, actually. I'm almost done everything I wanted to do. We're gonna do the Cheekies. And I want this to be like a perfect circle. I don't know how I'm going to achieve that, but we're going to do our best. This is the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Holiday. Holiday? Oh, yeah. And then I think I just look weird without mascara on. I mean, not that this is the most normal I've ever looked anyway, but we're just going to put on some mascara. This is the Benefit They're Real, but the primer, so it's actually brown. I just didn't want my eyelashes to stick out too much, you know? I'm going to do the last powder down now, so I'm just going to take this powder and a big fluffy brush, if I can find the one that I was using. There it is. And we're going to set this especially so as a result of my disability, my ears are sort of weirdly placed on my head, in case you were wondering why they're so low and why they're so far back. Now this hat is from the dollar store, and as a result it is a little too small for my head, but we're going to make it work. Last but certainly not least, a little bit of lip color. And the addition of my Pennywise teeth. And there you have my scary Christmas elf. I didn't take the teeth out so I can talk, but apparently that's not the case anyway. So this was my first time ever trying to make a prosthetic. I picked a pretty easy one to make for the first time because really it's just a big triangle. I think that was a good call on my part. I usually have a history of picking things that are really difficult to do the first time I try something. But this time I picked something easy. It really wasn't hard to make, and it really wasn't hard to put on. I look forward to trying more advanced prosthetics in the near future. But this is sort of, you know, elves are creepy. They're just like little minions that do all of Santa's bidding. And the idea of Santa is kind of creepy too, if you think about it. Like, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He's always watching. Big brother Santa, always watching. And also, like, you know that elf on the shelf thing? Thank God my mom never did that, because that would have given me nightmares as a kid. I would have seriously had issues with elf on the shelf, because he's terrifying, and I don't know how kids of families that do that aren't terrified of them. Congratulations to the parents of elf on the shelf kids for raising their kids to be braver than I was. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this elf spooky Christmas video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I used to have a sort of theme to my channel, but I don't anymore. We're just doing random things all the time now, so if you like that, come join it. Anyway, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!